Guns of Icarus Online is a multiplayer, 4-person, co-op, team, deathmatch, airship battle arena is the best way that I could possibly categorize this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm fairly new to it myself. I've only had experience as the gunner and as the engineer, which are these two classes up here that you can choose here on the main title or the opening or the menu screen for Guns of Icarus Online. I don't have any experience as a pilot, so I'm not going to be doing that. I do have experience as an engineer, and in fact, that's probably my most successful class. But I want to show some gunnery, some gunning experience or some gunning footage for this particular video. Now, Guns of Icarus has been met with some success already. It's already got a following of players who do play this game, but it's multiplayer deathmatch right now for the most part only. It does not have a single-player campaign, but the game does have a Kickstarter to add on a single-player campaign to Guns of Icarus Online. So it's a multiplayer game that's going to get a single-player campaign that fleshes out the game's world and adds a story to it and missions and things like that you can take on. It's actually a really good idea because this game has a lot of really fun gameplay, and because it's co-op, it would be really fun to play through a storyline with people that you know. Okay, timeout. As I was editing this video, I caught myself during the intro saying the term single-player campaign too much, when in truth, the Kickstarter is not necessarily for a single-player campaign, but instead for an adventure mode for this game, which will still be co-op, which will still be multiplayer, but will be mission-based and will affect the world of Guns of Icarus Online. So that's what the Kickstarter is for. I was saying single-player campaign when in fact I meant adventure mode, which, you know, traditionally have been single-player campaigns, but Guns of Icarus Online is hoping to make it a co-op experience. Okay, anyway, let me let you get on with the video, and here we go. So, the link to get to that Kickstarter is in the video description. I want to show you guys some Guns of Icarus gameplay before I explain anything else, because if I explain how this game works to you, it's going to sound very complicated, when in fact, it's not all that complicated. As we can see here, we do have a game manual. We'll click on that button, and you can see here we got tabs that explain all the different classes, all of the different ships, and what have you, and each tab has multiple pages that explain how to actually play each of these particular classes, and how to actually play the game. I'm going to show you gunning, because each class actually fulfills other classes in that other role. So let me show you my role screen, for example. There's a role button up here. This is my gunner loadout. You can see here I have 3 slots for my gunnery equipment, and I've chosen which type of rounds that I want to use. And if you click on these, you can see which kind of rounds that you can select. You have 6 total that you can choose from. There may be more for more experienced players. I don't know. Like I said, I'm rank 1. I don't know if you unlock new things or what have you. But I do know that these 6 are more than enough for you to complete whatever job that you need to complete, which in this case is going to be gunning for a ship. In any case, I've chosen specific rounds. Lesmach rounds have an increased muzzle speed, a lower clip size, the gun moves a little bit slower, and projectiles lift by 30%. There's an increase of 30% in projectile lift. So basically what this means is that these rounds are very accurate because they travel faster and they don't drop as much. So you switch to these rounds when you're gunning and you're trying to shoot a long-range target. I've also chosen greased rounds, which fire really quickly. You get more ammo in your clip. The gun moves a little bit slower. As you can see here, there are trade-offs to every type of these rounds, every one of these rounds, and you can choose whichever ones suit your playstyle. Or if you're playing with a dedicated team, like a dedicated group of 4 people that you normally play with, maybe a few of you cover each type of round, and maybe a few of you have specific roles, more specific than just gunner. Maybe you will carry the ammo that deals close range damage or what have you. So anyway, there's a lot of different options available for this kind of thing. And you can see here the engineer doesn't have as many gunnery equipment options, but the engineer does get more engineering equipment, like the rubber mallet, the shifting spanner, and the fire extinguisher. Of course, there are more tools available. If you click on that, you can choose which 3 that you want there. And there is piloting equipment as well. You can select the spyglass and all kinds of other things. Again, I'm not familiar with the piloting equipment, but there is a pilot class. So if you select pilot loadout, you can see here that pilots get 3 of these and only 1 of the other. So each class can fulfill multiple roles on the ship, but is the best at a particular role. For example, gunners are the best at manning the guns. But if there does need to be repairs done on the ship and the engineers are kind of roaming around and not able to cover it all, then a gunner can get off the guns and use whatever engineering equipment they've chosen to go help out the engineers, for example. Alright, so I'm just going to get into some gameplay, because I know you guys want to see that. Like I said, it sounds a little bit more complex than it actually is, and everything that I've just explained to you right now, if you have not yet seen this game, will become more clear once you actually see something going on. So I'm going to go look for some matches to play, and I'll get right back with you in a moment. Okay, so I've got in a match here. This is the loading screen. This is a 2v2 deathmatch. So we've got 2 red ships versus 2 blue ships. So I'm on the red airship team, and we're going to be up against the enemy blue airship team. We can see here I started. I am completely unfamiliar with this ship. I have no idea what everything is like here. So here's one of the engines. Here's my mallet to repair things. Now the mallet can repair things easily that are not already destroyed. So if I'm going to repair things, it's best that I get to them before they have been brought to 0 hit points. The mallet can rebuild things, but the wrench is actually better at that. But I don't have a wrench because I'm a gunner and I can only choose one engineer repair tool. So what I'm looking for right now is where everything on the ship is. Here is the ship's hull. I can repair the ship's hull from here. Here's some more engines for the ship. Now I need to find where the guns are. So I know that the couple of engines and the hull are down bottom. And this is a Manticore gun. Those are actually really good. And we've already got the enemy airships in sight, so I've got to get to a gun now. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this layout yet, though. There we go. Unloading on the enemy now. Looks like the enemy is double teaming one of our teammates, though. Now, where you hit the ship is important. Where you hit the enemy ship is important. Oh, it looks like this gun does a lot of damage to the hull. Looks like we got that one down. Let's finish this one off. Knowing that this gun deals a lot of damage to the hull, that's where I'm going to be aiming. Again, your bullets do have drop. You do have to lead the target. You got to take their speed and such into account. There is voice chat in this game. Fortunately, my teammates aren't making too much use of it, and I can still commentate. This is a live commentary. Trying to bring this ship down. I should switch to a different type of ammo, knowing that we're this close up. I'm on the gun's default ammo right now. I'm going to switch to the lightning rounds, because those deal more damage. There we go. As long as I know I can get the full clip in, I'm dealing more damage with these rounds. You can see what kind of round I have selected down at the bottom of the screen. I pressed 3. No, these aren't the lightning rounds. I meant to get the lightning rounds. Never mind. This is the, I don't remember what these are called. Greased, I think they are. Anyway, switching now to the lightning rounds. Now, the reason that ship is taking so long to go down is because their crew is doing a very good job at repairing it. There's an enemy right there. Gotta repair my gun. My gun has been destroyed. You see here, it's taking me quite a long time to actually repair the gun. That's because it was brought down to 0 hit points. Now, once it's repaired, it seems to be on fire or something. I can't keep it alive long enough. Everything on the ship is burning or down. I've got to repair. But it looks like our hull. If we see down there in the lower right, we can see we can see one of our engines is being repaired right now. We can see our balloon is in good repair. Okay, so I've got that fixed. I want to get this gun back up and running. Our engineers are having a difficult time doing this, so I'm having to repair everything up here. But we can see the number of red icons on the screen is decreasing, meaning we kept our ship afloat through a heavy attack. There's a gun down there that needs repairing, but we're not using that gun anyway. Off we go. I need to be able to see the blue ship. That's a red. That's a red. And bam. Bam. Light them up. There we go. We can see one of our gunners down there on the Manticore gun, raining havoc on the enemy ship. Off we go. Whatever damage I can deal is what I'm going for. Switching now to my higher capacity rounds, so I can fire a larger burst. We seem to be going down because our balloon needs repairs. Our captain cannot keep the ship afloat without this in good repair. We see all the engineers and some of the gunners come up here to come and repair it. So there we go. We've got our balloon back up. That means our captain, once again, has control over the altitude of the ship. So we've got to help the captain just as much as the captain has to make sure we have good angles on firing. Now remember, this is all being controlled by players. Even the enemy ships are controlled by players. There we go. We can see our score at the top, 2 versus 0. Good teamwork is what this is all about. Everyone on the ship seems to just know what to do. This is good. But obviously, playing this with a group of people you know, over Skype or something like that, is the ideal way to play this game. And I strongly recommend it. Gun got taken out. Now, my eyes right now, while I'm repairing this gun, are scanning the other icons on the screen, so I can make sure nothing vital needs repairs right now. The hull seems to be in good shape. The engines need to be repaired, but I can leave those for engineers. There we go. There's the enemy ship. Trying to get good shots off on the hull there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now that that's going on, we've got another gun over there that needs repairs, but I don't think I'm going to get to that. The Manticore down there is not being manned. I'm going to switch to my spyglass to try and mark up any enemy targets that I see, since I don't have clear targets on anything. Since I don't have a clear angle or a good shot at anything. What I should be doing is moving over to a different part of the ship, though. Let's go ahead and fix this, because that's what the mallet is good at. See how quickly it repaired that engine? Okay, I'm going back up top, because I am comfortable with this gun. I am not familiar with this particular type of airship, but becoming familiar with just this gun means I can still be useful. So there's an enemy down there, but I can't get to him because the angle of this ship is not where I need it to be. The captain is trying to make sure that all of our vital spots are protected and away from enemy guns, while also trying to give us clear shots at the enemy ship. Engineers are roaming around the ship right now trying to keep everything in good repair. We are not actively in combat at the moment, so there is that. Now here's the Manticore. I can jump on this and show you guys what this is about. This is a crazy gun. If I can actually get into range. Switch over to my high capacity rounds right now. The Manticore takes a long time to reload, as we can see down there in the lower right. If we can get a little bit closer. Actually, since I'm so far anyway, it's going to take a long time to reload. That's what the Manticore does. I missed every one of those shots, but that's okay because we're not really in range for it right now anyway. And that gave me a good feel for what kind of angle I need to aim this gun. There we go, we're getting closer. They've got a smoke screen up, making it difficult to hit. There's our ally. He seems to be going 1 versus 2. Once we get close... Oh, this gun's... There we go. Oh, did you see how many shots landed there? Intense. Their balloon is now down. Their hull is down too. They're falling. They're sinking. They've got to get their balloon repaired. I wish they hadn't sunk, though, because that... If I could have gotten another volley off like that, that would have been perfect. We can tail... If we tail this guy, this will be great. Oh, I love lighting him up with this gun. This gun is intense. Come on, come on. I need to reload. I need to reload. I'm going to be out of angle here soon. And... I fired that over our ally to get that shot off. Whoa. Finish reloading. Come on. There we go. You can see that their whole ship is smoking right now. One more volley ought to do it. There we go. This gun is amazing, and this game is a fun game. Wouldn't mind getting some more people into it. And I wouldn't mind there being a single-player campaign for 4 players. Fly into those, fly into those. Oh, I just barely didn't make it. I think they detonated before reaching him. Now, our pilot is doing an excellent job. He really is. Trying to lead the target. Oh, that was a good lead. I did manage to get several of those rounds off. Try this again. There we go. So much burst here. Their balloon is in bad repair. We're going to double team this ship. Our ally seems to be burning up their balloon. And if that's the case, then I'll just apply a lot of pressure onto their hull and force their engineers to run around. And we saw here that our ally just rammed the enemy ship. Some ships are designed in such a way that you can ram with them. It will deal damage to your ship, naturally. But if you attack the enemy with your ship and ram into them with a very sturdy portion of your ship, you should come out ahead. They're sinking. Make sure they don't get any of your press up. They're going to hit that mountainside. They're taking damage as they slide down. That ought to be the end of them. They shouldn't be able to recover from that. Alright, let me see if I can get a better look around. I will dismount from my gun. Now an engineer came up and tried to rip... Oh, that guy just took my gun. Dang it. That's not cool. It's not cool at all. That guy came up to repair and took advantage of the fact that I had left the gun. This is okay because I can get back onto this gun and deal some longer range damage. Put the default ammo on this. Looks like the Manticore is really lighting up their balloon. So I'll do the same. I'll provide support fire. I can't tell if this is a friendly ship or an enemy ship. I can't tell. Oh, it's blue. It's blue. It's blue. It's blue. I just saw a little blue flag there. Now, certain guns are better than others at attacking certain parts of the enemy ship. And I don't know which ones are better at which just yet. I'm still fairly new to this game myself. So right now I'm just trying to deal damage wherever I can. I think we've done fairly well so far, though. The score is 4-0. When in doubt, attack the hull, in my opinion. Oh, our balloon is burning. There we go. My mallet will help with that. Now, the mallet does have a 9-second cooldown. Once that finishes, I can do this and apply a bunch of health. A bunch of healing. There's our ally. There's the enemy ship. Or an enemy ship, at least. And if I can shoot past my ally, I'll use right-click to zoom in. Barely missing. Putting some damage on their hull right now, the main body of their ship, while the Manticore seems to be trying to light up their balloon. I think maybe he knows a little bit better, but I can't be sure of that because I did take out a few ships with the Manticore attacking the hull. Alright, so we're kind of long distance right now. I'm going to switch to my long distance ammo. Oh, our hull was in trouble there for a little bit. Well, I got my long distance ammo up, but now we've got a short distance target, and I don't have time to swap. Come on. Get him off of us. Get him off of us. My gun is actually hurting. No, it's not. Just the ship itself is hurting. Alright, let's fix some things. Let's get this fixed. I want to run all the way down to the hull because that's what needs it most. It's a good thing that I took the time earlier. Oh, come on, hull. Come on, come on. It's a good thing that I took the time earlier to get familiar with the layout of the ship. We need an engineer that can put out fires, though, because this thing is so on fire. Okay, there we go. As long as we're all repairing here, I don't think the enemy will be able to take us down. Oh, never mind. We got taken out. So the enemy scores their first kill. The ship will respawn, and us with it. And we'll be able to get back into the swing of things. I'm actually going to head back up to the top. I like that long-range gun. The Manticore is really fun, but the long-range gun, I feel like I'm doing a good job supporting. Oh, that guy decided to already take it. So, never mind everything I just said. Back we go. Switching to the long-range ammo at this point because we're far off from the fight. And whenever we do get into the fight, I want to make sure that I can land at least a few of these. I think this long-range ammo is going to help keep my shots more tightly clustered with the Manticore. You can see how long this thing takes to actually reload, though. I don't know if that's a mountainside. That is a mountainside. Once we get over that... Well, I managed to hit something, but it wasn't what I thought it would hit. Switching back to the high-capacity rounds as this thing reloads. Oh, I hit a wall. Never mind. There's our ally all by himself. There's an enemy ship there. I don't know which one my captain wants to turn me toward. We're going to flank him, though. He's not expecting this. He wasn't ready for us to approach on this end. Oh, that was so many bullets. There we go. We win. First to 5 kills was the one to win this match. Excellent. So now you can give your teammates commendations by clicking these thumbs up, similar to the honor system in League of Legends. And we're getting commendations all around because apparently that was a very well fought battle. So here we go. That was it. That was one battle in Guns of Icarus Online. Of course, there are multiple classes to try out. There's Pilot. Now, piloting the ship is actually pretty advanced. I'm going to get out of this lobby so that they don't start with me. There we go. Piloting the ship is actually very advanced, but you can get information from it in the game manual. Go to Pilot, you can get controls. It tells you how to control the ship, and there are practice and tutorial modes. So if the game seems like something that would be a little bit difficult to get into, it's actually not. So it's something that I would recommend trying out. It's on Steam, and of course there is the Kickstarter to build the adventure mode, the story mode of this game. And I do recommend going over to that Kickstarter and seeing if it's something that you'd like to help out, seeing if it's something that you'd like to help grow. They do have stretch goals. And yeah, we're good to go. That should be it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.